Welcome back to part 2 of the Shadow Play finale, where the pony friends have got themselves into a trouble and we're going to have to see how they get themselves out of this one. I've brought a few extra friends with me this time, including Luna and Nightmare Shy, also known as Horror Shy, and if you're wondering why, it's because this is something I got off the internet. Now, normal looks like a lovely flying Fluttershy or a lying down Fluttershy until you try and stand her up. See what I mean? Little bit nightmarish. However, I still love her. Let's see how this goes, shall we? Obviously we know they're going to win, but it's going to be interesting to see how they get themselves out of this mess and how the pillars react to it.
All those legendary ponies were real too?
They used their magic to open a portal to Limbo.
Where they were trapped with the bad guy and you let him back. Liking this new bad guy. I'm not usually one to root for the villains. I like seeing the villains, but I don't usually root for them. This guy, I'm kind of on board with. He's looking to make things nice and dark, and, you know, I'm okay with this. Since my eyes became really sensitive to light, I'm okay with a world of shadow. Okay, so it might come with shadow monsters and potential death at every turn, but swings and roundabouts. You have to accept sometimes the bad with the good.
You must return us to Limbo.
Yeah, not sure they know how.
Working on it. No table of contents.
Allow me
to
assist.
Okay, that was actually nearly death right there. Ha 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 ha.
Without the power of Bonehenge, your banishing spell is useless.
Rainbows? Harmony?
Surely you have some other plan.
No.
Don't call me Shirley.
No, I just wanted to save you.
She didn't think about consequences!
No!
Ooh!
This one is almost as strong as you, Starswirl.
Wow. Okay, she's almost as strong as Starswirl, and Bling Bling's even stronger, so why don't the two of them just sort of together? There we go, see?
She's not alone.
You know, Bling alone could probably turn this guy to dust.
How long have we been gone?
Over 1,000 years.
1,000 years? Couple millennia?
Then
give
my
or take.
spell worked. Before it was meddled
Ooh! Harsh! Understandable, but harsh.
We did have to save everybody from Nightmare Moon and Discord and Chrysalis and King Sombra and Lord T-Rex, and there was that one time when Starlight traveled through time and almost destroyed life as we know it.
Yeah, so far all these guys did was beat down one bad guy.
Oh, we've saved the world, Beardo.
Quite a few times. Doomed it a couple of times as well, but don't worry, it all worked out.
This map, and indeed this very castle, are grown from the seed we planted.
So it was the castle seed then?
Each of us infused a crystal seed with our magic in hopes that it would grow into a force for good.
Well, it pretty well did. So the map is actually essentially all of them.
Y'all mean the elements came from you?
Duh!
Laughter, honesty, generosity.
Butt hug!
Bravery, healing, and sorcery.
Oh, come on, he's being a dick. Pardon my language, but he is. Okay, yeah, she has ended up dooming the world, but she did it with the best intentions, so give her a break, Starswirl.
Doesn't a banishing spell take a lot of power? We'd have to sacrifice the elements for that.
I thought they'd already done that a few times. You know, didn't they have to sacrifice the elements to get the rainbow thing going?
If the Pony of Shadows has his way, your land will not exist.
So, damned if you do, damned if you don't? Oh, see what you've done.
If the pillars can hold open the gateway to Limbo, a powerful pony can do the banishing spell herself. Do you know what this means?
You could end up getting trapped in Limbo with them?
I was thinking of another way that maybe doesn't involve banishing at all.
You're gonna try and reform him?
If I can make it even better, maybe he'll see that I take magic as seriously as he does.
He's not going to, Twiglet. He's a git. Don't meet your heroes. It never ends well. Except when it does, but this time it's not.
It seems there are fewer dark corners in the realm these days.
Worlds change.
The Pony of Shadows will have a hard time regaining power. When he rears his head, we'll be ready.
Getting drunk together is not going to solve the problem.
My spell isn't finished yet, but I think we can send the Pony of Shadows to Limbo without all of you having to go as well.
Yeah, okay. So far, the only one who saw this coming has been ignored, and she's got a plan. She's come up with a contingency. This is hardly the time
to take risks on half-baked spells.
I want to punch him right in the beard.
She got her wings by finishing one of your spells.
Well, to be fair, she got her wings again from finishing one of his spells after she tried it and screwed it up. Actually, so far, his spells kind of seem like a bit of a bonehead move. What? Oh, wait, what? Wait, what?
Maybe we should try there?
Okay,
The only time the maps called all of us to one place was Starlight's village.
So it's like a supervillain tracker! No offense.
Do you think the map could be trying to tell us where the Pony of Shadows is?
none taken.
The Tree of Harmony.
No, it's
acting
trying to tell you where
protect
you
the
need to
light
go.
Realm. Yes, a good thought, Twilight.
That is the first non-dick
Dick.
move he's made.
Maybe the Pony of Shadows is ready to talk?
I'm sure Star Swirl and the others did try.
The Pony of Shadows was not
No.
interested in reconciliation.
No, they didn't.
Once a villain, always a villain.
Okay, yeah, case in point, Stiglet right there. While she has done some sort of villainy things since her reformation, not actually a villain.
Honestly, we don't know anything about him.
Well, no pony does.
That's not entirely true.
Well, they all knew him at some point, so...
The tale of our rift is a sad one.
Oh, okay. Ooh, the sirens, okay. Okay, sad but not particularly long. It was sirens.
Stygian was a pony like the rest of us, though more scholar than hero. He recognized our emerging world would need champions to defend it.
So what, he's like the accountant of the League of Super Friends or something? So what, is that how the sirens ended up there in the first place?
Unicorn who soon grew jealous of our abilities.
He stole objects from each of us, and we cast him out for it.
When we saw him again, his heart was bent on revenge.
Yeah, that... Oh!
Died
Oh!
in my saving.
Oh! With the... Oh! Where are the eyes? Oh, God!
Why did he steal the artifacts from you?
No doubt it was an enchantment to take our powers for himself.
Or maybe it was something to fix the world forever. You didn't even think to ask him. You didn't think to give him a chance. No one said, look, why are you taking these things? What are you going to do with them? It was just, no, you took these, go away.
When the map called U6 to my village, it was for a friendship problem. Are you sure this is different?
Stygian wants to destroy all that is good in this world.
How do you know? How do you know this? He wants to destroy you. He wants revenge on you.
We will bind the Pony of Shadows in limbo, and thanks to Twilight, we will remain to watch over the realm ourselves.
Yeah, I'm thinking with you around, that might not be such a great idea. I'm starting to really, really not like this guy. Hang on, though, weren't they there to prevent the vines and things?
How do we use them?
I'm not sure.
See, no one actually knows.
The elements are attuned to you. We must use their magic in pairs.
No problem.
Here, didn't they have to sacrifice those to get rid of the vines and get the rainbow thing going? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that rainbow power isn't coming back. That looked weird on them, with the weird manes and things. But so now we're back to the elements. I mean, what, didn't they have a whole emotional goodbye to the elements thing? Oh god, that made me feel funny then.
Welcome to the well
Oh,
of
I
shame.
like him.
When you turned your backs on me, I discovered this place. The darkness spoke to me of a power beyond
So
any I could
again,
imagine.
because they didn't think to ask him, he was taken by an ancient evil. It's not him. It's the ancient evil. It's the darkness itself.
Then all ponies will feel the despair I did when you cast me out.
We did what we had to do. You tried to steal our powers for yourself.
See, again, you've assumed that he's been trying to steal your powers.
Ready? Open the portal.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Twilight, push him in.
There's a pony in there.
Yeah, you knew that. This is like a Venom thing, isn't it? The darkness isn't actually him. It's just sort of surrounding and controlling.
My friends betrayed me.
But Star Swirl says you betrayed them.
Because no one talked! No one talked to each other!
I didn't have magic or strength, so no pony ever noticed me. I went to Ponehenge to make my own copies of the artifacts. With them, I thought I could be a pillar too, and stand by their side in battle.
So he was just trying
I
to
never
duplicate,
wanted
but
to
even
steal
then,
their power.
that would
But instead of sharing
that would just
and
be
letting me help,
copying their
my
power.
friends
You
threw me
kind
out.
of become
So I became stronger than any of them. The darkness welcomed me when no pony would. I will
overpowered
do what I must to protect it.
This is all a misunderstanding.
pillar of
If the pillars knew how
darkness.
you felt, I'm sure they wouldn't have turned their backs on you. The shadow isn't who you really are. Let me help you be Stygian again.
I don't think he'd want to be Stygian again.
I wasn't so different from you, and Twilight helped me change.
Kind of were. You know, he's a giant demon of darkness and shadow. You were a overly socialist dictator. Oh, that looked painful. Oh!
Revenge isn't what you want. Friendship is.
Oh, that was gross! Oh! So no, again, it is a Venom thing. It's the darkness wants him as a body, as a puppet.
We must help him.
Wow, you changed your tune quickly. Again, I know to bring it down into the whole 22 episode thing, but you changed very quickly from needing to banish him to wanting to bring him back when you were so convinced that he was evil and stealing your power anyway.
The elements! They didn't disappear! Maybe because we used them for healing magic instead of banishing?
Look!
No, you're still banished. And no one thought to help him anyway. They all abandoned him afterwards.
Pride clouded my judgment. I owe you an apology.
No, pride didn't cloud your judgment. Assumption that he was trying to steal your power did.
It seems I never accounted for the magic of friendship.
Well, of course not. You didn't have any real friends. You had colleagues.
Something tells me I will be making a lot of apologies today.
So, hang on. They're actually back then.
I simply
they're
cannot
actually
believe how tall you've got.
Back to... And they're again, the beat. This is quite a touching reunion, but...
You stay here and teach magic once again. My sister and I have such fond memories of your lessons.
As long as you don't ask for those essays we owed you before you disappeared.
Yes. With an extra page for each year I was gone. Yeah, brace yourselves. Because your homes have mostly become legend and myth.
Share the wisdom of your great experience with the next generation of ponies.
Next generation of ponies. Is that a hint that we're going to see another gen with different ponies? Not that I'm complaining.
It's funny. I thought meeting my idol would give me all the answers I ever wanted.
Don't meet your heroes! Bad idea!
Good thing I had a student of my own to remind me.
Aww. That was an interesting finale. We seem to be filling Equestria up with overpowered ponies now. And we've got extra alicorns just being born now. We've got superpowered mages coming from their dark and awkward past. We've got sorcerers, legendary sorcerers being dragged back through from limbo. Mystical, legendary, mythical ponies coming in from everywhere. They're building up quite the army. Talk about king of the quick turnaround. We've had Starswirl there. It was, no, we've got to banish them. It's the only way. And then all of a sudden, just at the end, where they say, hang on, yeah, actually, he could kind of use help. Oh, all right, let's help him then. And out he comes, and away goes the Pony of Shadow, and again, that was just some kind of Venom thing that was going on. But so far it seems that the pillars were all actually kind of idiots. I mean, they got so up their own power that they didn't think that, hang on, okay, he took these things, yeah, he took them without asking us, but might have had a good reason? Okay, it turns out he didn't have a good reason. He was trying to copy their power, which is not quite stealing it, but again, he would have become all of them. Eventually, they'd have started to fear him because he could do everything they could do, and he'd have started to think, well, hang on, I don't actually need you guys. So chances are he'd have turned evil at some point anyway, but to just send him away and turn him evil when you could have in fact said, hang on, why were you doing this? Why were you stealing these things? What were you going to do with them? I was going to copy your power and become powerful. Oh, you don't need that. You're our friend. You help organize us. You brought us all together. Without you, we wouldn't be a thing. And then he'd have gone, oh, you're right, that's great. Well, I'm okay being your accountant / manager then. And everything would have been fine. I apologise, I went a bit high pitched there. I blame the helium sweets I just had. Not a real thing, never mind. But oh, they just instead sent him away, and he happened to find a temple where the darkness spoke to him, where we're actually getting quite Lovecraftian whispers in the darkness, turning people to evil things. Ultimately, this was another good finale. We've not had as action-packed a finale as we could have had. I mean, okay, there was that little fight sequence at the end and everything, but it's certainly not the T-Rex fight scene. To be fair, though, we can't really expect them to best that. That was epic. But this one did give us a lot of decent friendship things to think about. Was it my favourite finale? Probably not. My favourite villain finales have got to be Nightmare Moon, which proves that violence doesn't have to solve everything, and T-Rex, which proves that it does. Though it was let down a bit by the hastiness of the turnaround at the end. I know they've got to fit it into 22-minute episodes, but it would have been better if they'd found the time for them to have had to convince them that he was worth saving, and Starswirl would have been the only holdout. You know, the other 5 would have been willing to accept it a little bit grudgingly. Well, maybe he is worth helping, and Starswirl will have still been trying to push it back in until he realised that they were all giving the chances that he wasn't, and that then maybe it, well, was worth trying to save and then save. But no, in the end, it was just a case of, we've got to push him back, he's worth saving, alright, let's save him then. The end. But I'm not going to nitpick too much. It was still very enjoyable. Well, I've gone on long enough, and I do apologise for the slightly adult word that I may have called Starswirl earlier.
Dick.
But he was being one, you have to admit. If you like the video, then you can help out the channel by pushing that like and or subscribe button with your face or your finger, I don't really mind which. If you want to help out a little more financially, then I'll leave links to my Patreon, Redbubble and Ko-fi in the description down below. Well, until next time, everybody have fun. Now I'm going to go off to the Shadow Realm to think about what I'm going to do for videos in the future, because I'm out of episodes to react until Season 8 comes along. So I will see you in the Shadow World. What? Hang on. No, this is the Mirror World. This isn't going to... Hang on. Back from the Mirror World. That's better, right? Hang on. Shadow World is...